Welcome to the Advancing Excellence podcast. In this episode, Marketing Manager Janice Kleins sits down with Bryce Barker, Director of Association Management Services at AOE, to discuss how small, strategic improvements can transform your website without the cost or complexity of a full redesign. Together, they'll cover everything from refreshing your website's design and conducting usability testing to optimizing content and unifying your digital presence. Join me as we begin the podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Advancing Excellence podcast. I'm your host, Janice Kleins, Marketing Manager for AOE. This podcast is where we explore practical strategies and expert insights to help individuals and organizations excel in their work. Today, we're talking about a topic that affects virtually every organization, your website. It's often the first place clients or potential clients or members interact with your organization. But what do you do when a full website redesign feels too overwhelming or costly? That's exactly what we're tackling in today's episode. Joining me is Bryce Barker, the Director of Association Management Services for AOE. Bryce brings a wealth of expertise in helping organizations streamline their digital presence in simple yet impactful ways. Bryce, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, Janice. Thank you. Thrilled to be here. Talking about actionable website strategies is one of my favorite things, and I'm excited to share these tips with our listeners.
Great. We have so much to unpack. So why don't we just jump right in? We know a website is often the first interaction someone has with an organization. Why is it so important for organizations to keep their websites fresh and relevant, even if a full redesign isn't an option?
Yeah, so your website sets the tone for how users perceive your value. If it feels outdated or clunky, it could send the wrong message about your organization. The good news is you don't really need to do a complete redesign to make a big impact. By focusing on targeted improvements, you can refresh your digital presence, improve functionality, and create a better experience for your audience, all while staying within your budget.
That's such great news for organizations with limited resources.
Yeah.
What are some of the biggest misconceptions about website improvements that you commonly see?
So one thing you just mentioned, and one misconception is that improvements equates to spending a lot of money or is very time consuming, even just to make a small difference. But we found that small strategic changes like modernizing visual elements or tweaking site navigation can really go a long way in creating a more engaging and user-friendly website.
Let's discuss some visual updates. One of the strategies mentioned in your blog is refreshing a website design without starting from scratch. Can you share some examples of changes that can make a big impact?
Yeah, definitely. So swapping out outdated stock photos with images of actual real members or projects in your industry can make your site feel more personal and authentic. Another great approach is modernizing branding elements, such as updating your logo or color palette to better align with current trends. So these small updates can breathe new life into your site without a significant overhaul.
And for organizations who might feel overwhelmed, how would you recommend rolling these updates out gradually?
Yeah, a phased approach works best. So start with the most visible elements like updating your homepage or your high traffic pages. From there, you can then schedule incremental updates over time, allowing your team to make changes without really disrupting daily operations.
Website usability is a major factor when it comes to retaining visitors and keeping them engaged. What are some first steps organizations can take to evaluate how user-friendly their websites are?
Yep, so testing usability is all about understanding how your users really interact with your site. Start by conducting usability tests within your members or target audiences. Simple exercises like asking them to find specific information can uncover navigation issues that you may not have really noticed.
That's a really great point. You also mentioned creating an analytics dashboard. How does having clear data help organizations make smarter decisions about their websites?
So an analytics dashboard simplifies the complexity of platforms like Google Analytics by focusing on the metrics that actually matter, like page views or top performing content. With this data at your fingertips, you can easily track the effectiveness of updates, monitor user behavior, and confidently decide where to focus your efforts next.
Have you seen any surprising insights come out of analytics that guided website improvements?
We have. For example, one organization discovered that a page they didn't consider a priority actually had the most traffic. So by optimizing that page's content and design, they saw a significant boost in engagement without really having to change their entire site.
That's great. Managing website content can feel like a never-ending task. What's your advice for organizations conducting a content audit?
Yeah, so start by reviewing your existing content to assess its relevance and effectiveness. I usually recommend this is something done on a quarterly basis. Ask yourself if each piece aligns with your mission and whether it still serves your audience. This is the foundation for deciding what to update or eliminate.
It's also hard to decide what to remove. How can organizations clear out redundant content without feeling like they're losing important resources?
So it's all about focusing on quality over quantity. If content is outdated or hasn't performed well, it's really okay to retire it. Keep in mind that a cleaner website makes it easier for users to find the resources they actually need, improving overall user experience.
A fragmented digital presence can make navigating a website confusing. Can you tell our audience what's the benefit of considering multiple microsites or platforms under one domain?
So consolidation creates a unified experience for users, making it easier to access your resources and understand your mission. Plus, it also improves your search engine authority since all traffic is directed to one central domain instead of competing against your own site.
For organizations looking to consolidate, how can they ensure the transition is seamless?
Planning is key. So start by mapping out all of your existing online properties and identifying overlaps. Once you actually consolidate, test navigation extensively to ensure users can easily find what they need within the new structure.
So, Bryce, taking website improvements one step at a time sounds manageable, but some leaders may still feel hesitant. What would you say to someone who's on the fence about starting?
Yeah, so it's important to remember that even small steps can lead to significant results. You don't have to do everything at once, and I think that's where everyone goes to. But by taking a focused approach, you can demonstrate early wins that build confidence and momentum.
Looking toward the future, what excites you most about the evolution of websites and their role in serving members or clients?
Yeah, I'm excited to see how technology continues to make websites more dynamic and more personalized. Tools are becoming more accessible, giving organizations the ability to deliver experiences that truly reflect their value and mission.
Bryce, this has been such an insightful conversation. Thank you for breaking down these strategies and making website improvement feel approachable.
Thank you, Janice. It's been a pleasure. I hope listeners feel inspired to take those first steps and see the difference small changes can really make.
And to our listeners, thank you for joining us on this episode of Advancing Excellence. Remember, you don't need a drastic overhaul to elevate your digital presence. Start small, stay strategic, and build from there. For more information on website redesign, visit our website at aoeteam.com and check out our website design service page. If you enjoyed today's discussion, make sure to subscribe to the podcast, share it with your network, and leave us a review. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, keep striving for excellence, take care, and have a great day.
Thank you so much for joining us. We hope this session provides value, and we hope you will join us for our next podcast.